the most beat on slash abused truck like challenge. So pretty much what you're gonna do is just put a snippet of like all the abuse your truck has been through. Any videos you have of your truck being abused, you're gonna put a big collage of it together and you're gonna send it in or post it and tag me in it or send it to me or something, and maybe I'll repost it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are today we're going to try to level the truck back out, have a few things to paint, might pull the turbo and manifold off and get it painted up. So we thought we fixed our fuel leak. It stopped leaking for a little while. Now it's back. I don't know if that thread tape maybe got lost in the pump somewhere or what, so we got to figure that out as well. I tried asking a few people about where to mount the fuel pressure sensor. Everyone wanted to say how I should mount it, but no one ever said where I should mount it, so still have to figure that out. I took a couple days off of work that was originally supposed to finish up the truck, which the rockers are already done obviously, but the truck's obviously never going to be done, meaning like even once it's done, it's not done. So I dedicated like most of the day today to working on YouTube and whatnot, and so we just got out here to mess with the truck. Probably be a late night because tomorrow's my birthday and I want to have my truck on my birthday because I like my truck. So probably spend most of the day, most of tonight, getting the truck back up and ready. I want to level it because it looks goofy. It looks like it has cali lean and I hate it. So yeah, we're going to do a little like how to level your truck back out, or this will help you level it out, reverse level it too. So for those of you that want to reverse level your truck, I had to pull out both the helper spring, this big guy, and then another leaf to make mine level in the front. But now I put a leveling kit in the front, now the truck sits all like this. So we're going to put both springs back in there, see how it sits. If it sits too high in the rear, we'll take one spring back out and see how it looks from there. But to start this out, you're going to want to get a jack under the frame. I usually do it here because it's easier to get to. Lift the truck up high enough to where the axle is going to separate. You unbolt everything first, lift it up and put it on jack stands, and then slide your new stuff in. You're going to need a new centering pin. Almost 90% of the time you need a new centering pin because of the length and because they get seized in there. So you're going to need a new centering pin. I'm not sure if I'll need a new one yet or not. It might be too short. And yeah, you're just going to unbolt. You're going to have to take the shocks off, or at least undo them from the mount. And then you're going to unscrew all four of the U-bolts, bolts, and that'll be it. So we're going to tear into it now. I'm just gonna unbolt it. So I have a bolt through it. I'm gonna unbolt it and then add the new ones, and hopefully it's long enough. Okay guys, so I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you can tell on one side, we got the one side done. If my measurements are correct, it came up 2.5 inches on this side. You can definitely tell the difference. Now I'm hoping it'll settle out and it'll go down to like 35-ish, because the front is literally just an inch smaller in the front. So I'm hoping it doesn't have a noticeable rake to it, because that would make me really mad, because then I'll really have to take a spring back out, because that's just how I am. So we're gonna tighten everything up and hope it comes down some. I'm really hoping it comes down some, because I really don't want it to have a rake. Or maybe because the wheels turned, hopefully the front end will actually sit at 36. I don't know. I'm thinking it'll come down some because it's just it just got sat back on the spring. So, but yeah, guys, it's a 2-inch difference taking those out, or 2.5-inch difference between taking those out and putting them back in. So if you guys are wanting to reverse level your truck, I'd say this is probably, the big spring is probably at least 1.5 inches, and maybe this is an inch. I don't know. So if you guys are looking to reverse level, when I wanted to reverse level mine with the saggy springs and everything, taking just this big spring out didn't level it enough, so I had to take a second one out, and it sat perfect. I actually liked the way it sat, but I'm eventually wanting to run a more aggressive wheel in the front, so that's why we had to go with a leveling kit. Very sad, I know. I like the truck kind of low, but I guess you have to do form over function, so, or function over form is what I meant. I don't want to have to chop my whole front fender off to be able to turn. It's just not really my thing. So, but yeah, guys, we're gonna work on the other side. We definitely need to be working at a fast pace to get everything done. So, we didn't have to get a new center punch or center bolt because it was already long enough. Okay, so we're going to do the grid heater delete on the truck, mostly because it won't be driven in the winter, and because a lot of people said they didn't even really notice the difference without it. So I'll just make sure I plug it in, so that way when I do want to start it, it does start, because, you know, timing life. So I believe you just take these tins off on the sides, and then this should come right out. If not, we will make it come out. So I'll video. Well, I kind of just thought of something. We need to put these screws back in so it doesn't have a boost leak, obviously. So we'll honestly probably have to cut. We'll probably have to take this grid heater out and then cut, just cut these edges off so that way we can put these bolts back in so it doesn't have a boost leak there. So we will try to get this out somehow, real quick. Okay, got it out, and then this just slides out. You're gonna want these washers and these gaskets, obviously. Okay, now we're gonna chop these off and we'll be right back. Okay, so this is with everything, with the pieces cut off of them. This is what you should end up with. So once everything's said and done, this is what you should have. You do want to make sure you put all those O-rings and these bolts and stuff back on, or else you will have a very big boost leak. So I'm going to clean all this RTV off this. I'm going to slap it back on, and we'll be hopefully maybe I'll do a little update video on how it does. I'm hoping it'll help the truck spool a little. I don't know. We'll see. I guess it's not a whole lot of restriction, but I mean, it's there. It's definitely a lot. I mean, you crisscross these two. I mean, that's kind of a lot of restriction. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. Okay, guys. So a little bit of jump in time here. Got our valve covers on or off. Touching these up and getting them all one color. Look how good that looks. That looks great. I think I'm gonna clear them this time to help with like getting scratched up and stuff. So hopefully, I'm thinking that the clear will work good. Finished up our leveling the truck back out. Looks way better at this height, I think. Kind of hard to tell, but definitely looks a lot better, I think. You guys will be able to see a big difference in the daytime. I don't think you're going to be able to see anything because I don't got the light on over here. Yeah, you can hardly see anything. Got the engine bay cleaned up a little bit. Obviously got the intake back on from when we did our fuel heater delete. Or, yeah, not our fuel heater. We already deleted that a long time ago. But our intake grid heater delete. I think we're gonna paint our manifold up, get our exhaust housing mounted or painted up, and I think we're gonna try to pick up some exhaust wrap, get that wrapped up, try to dress up the engine bay a little bit, clean it and stuff. Maybe try to get this light going. Yeah, pretty much we put a bunch of wire looming in. Took out some unnecessary stuff that was left in here from the previous owner that I never cleaned. So yeah, that's pretty much, can't remember what else we've done. Yeah, see, look, that looks way better at that height. I don't know why, it just makes the truck look way better. I think it's the tire, maybe. The tire and the rim set up with that like fender gap is just great. We got to get an exhaust. We're about to make a parts run. It's like 12 or let's see, 11:44. So we got to go get an exhaust hanger. Oh yeah. So I don't know if you guys. I think I've put this on the video. How this was leaking. Okay, so we thread taped it and the leak stopped. Well, then the leak came back like a week later. So I'm like, okay, so I took this out and sure enough, thread tape is gone. It didn't go straight into the pump, it disintegrated from the fuel because it's only meant for water. I know, I'm an idiot. Everybody comment below and tell me I'm an idiot. You can buy thread tape that is gas resistant. Obviously it would be resistant towards diesel as well. It's the yellow stuff. So we're going to go buy some of that. And hopefully that lasts. If not, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Maybe have to put some type of liquid on it. I don't know. So yeah, we got to pick that up while we're out. We're going to go to a 24 hours AutoZone. So we were going to get our valve cover gaskets, but they were all ended up being good. So we can wipe that off, and then heat wrap is all we got to pick up. So the truck is done and ready for the weekend. We just got to get that stuff, get this stuff on. Oh, we got to pick up a paintbrush. Hopefully AutoZone carries paintbrushes. For some reason I highly doubt it, but so yeah, I'm hoping that that grid heater delete helps us with our laggy McLagerson here. So screech. So yeah, and I think we're gonna pick up an energy drink while we're out too, because even though I guess I woke up kind of early, I'm not feeling it. I don't know, I'm just feeling like dead right now. So hopefully, you know, taking a little break, driving to go get that stuff will get me a little more energized. But I'll catch you guys when we get back. So we got our manifold and our turbo painted, and got our valve covers touched up. I have to say, this looks 10 times better. Like, it just looks great. We gotta wire up our light with a switch on that. Like, this thing, I just can't get over how good this engine bay looks right now. It'd probably look worse in the daytime, but with this lighting right here, it looks absolutely great. I couldn't ask for anything better. So unfortunately, you know, let's walk to the other side. So we went and got the thread stuff for the bolt, and so we went to screw it in. Had a tiny little snubby ratcheting wrench on it. Tighten it up, and then it like gets like barely tight. And so I like tighten it up a little more, and it just keeps tight. It just keeps spinning. So it's stripped out. I'm hoping it's not the banjo bolt. I'm hoping it's just the nut, the bolt itself, the small bolt. Because I was kind of hoping to have this truck for the weekend. And I highly doubt I'm going to be able to find a banjo. Actually, I think I have spares laying around somewhere. I don't know, I thought I had spare fuel lines and stuff, but I threw away a bunch of parts because I wasn't using it, and of course now is when I'll need it. That's not a banjo bolt. I don't know, I'm hoping that I'd like to just replace the banjo bolt just because it's been causing me so many problems. Here's the fuel line I was talking about. And yeah, but I highly doubt I'm gonna be able to find a banjo bolt local and be able to access it quickly. At least quick enough to get it in there. So yeah, kind of screwed myself on that. So yeah, guys, pretty sad. Hopefully I can just replace that bolt and it'd be done. If I gotta replace the banjo bolt, I guess I'll try to find someone local. I'm not sure what to do. So, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. We got our exhaust hanger, and they didn't have heat wrap where we went, so we just, for now, we just painted the downpipe, as you can see, so that way it doesn't rust anymore, because it was looking bad. But yeah, this looks way better. Yeah, we didn't put our exhaust hanger on just because after discovering the truck had a fuel leak, I'm like, what is even the point? It is 4 a.m. Yeah, so I pretty much stayed out here all night just to have more issues. Pretty much everything we did tonight that we accomplished was pretty much all visuals, nothing mechanical that actually benefits the truck. So great. But anyhow, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Deuces. Okay, so as some of you guys have heard me talk about before, the truck is pretty laggy from a dig. It's like super smoky, and that's probably because of how I had this pump set up with, you know, everybody gets the first diesel truck and they're just trying to do everything to make it faster. Well, now that it actually has a lot of fuel, well, you know, as much fuel as you can get out of a VE truck and a decent amount of air, we haven't tuned the pump since then. So I'm going to show you guys how to get the most travel on your pin. As you can see where that scratch is at, that's about the travel we've had. You want that pin to travel all the way up and all the way down. So today I had the AFC, this wheel that goes in here, I had it turned all the way down, which is like pretty much like full fuel at like 0 boost, at 0 psi boost. And when you turn this up, the higher it comes up, it takes more fuel pressure to, or it takes more boost to bring up the fuel pressure. So it'll force this spring or this pin all the way as low as it'll go. So This is how it normally sits in there. And this here, we have the spring sits in there. So we're gonna, for now, we're gonna flip this up like that, and we're gonna screw it to its highest setting, which is right, hang on, I gotta go flathead. The highest setting you can turn it up to, it's like pretty much flush with this. A lot of people, let's see if you can see up in there, a lot of people will grind this out, which I want to do, but I don't have, I need it machined, and I don't have somebody that could just machine that. I'll have to get a hold of somebody to machine that down flat, or figure out a way. Maybe you got, there's a certain tool you guys use to grind that out down flat, but we'll probably do that when we find somebody. But for now, we're just going to put it at its highest setting, and so we're gonna throw this all back together, and then we'll go for a test drive, and I'll film the test drive. So I just wanted to show you guys how to fix your TPS sensor. So you pretty much just grab it and you throw it on the ground and you do this, and then so that's how you fix TPS sensors on these. They're real great. Throw them in the fucking trash. So yeah. But yeah, as you guys seen, we're obviously deleting the TPS because I mean, we have it wired to where we can use the overdrive switch, or we can flip it to like an auto mode to where the TPS will work at its full function. But I never use it, and nobody else drives the truck but me, so we're gonna pretty much just delete it. It's a less pain, because throughout the night we're probably gonna keep pulling this pump top off and tuning the truck. So yeah, I think we're about to go for our test drive here in a sec, and then I'll let you guys know. We're filming on my phone right now because I don't feel like going and running and grabbing the camera inside. So. What is up, guys? Just wanted to close out this video because I didn't get a chance to close it out. Trey had came over and we went for a test drive and just got sidetracked. I actually, in the video, if you look, I actually put the fuel pin in backwards. So when I went to drive it, it didn't feel at all, and I was like, what the, like, this thing is supposed to do better, and it was like not even moving. So we fixed that. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just in a hurry. I just threw the pin in there backwards, I guess. So we fixed that, and the truck is actually not nearly as laggy. It still is laggy. It's still smoky. But it's not as bad. I think we're going to try to grind down the pump top here soon and see if we can get it a little better. But aside from that, I'm also going to be making a snippet of like a challenge. It's gonna be like a challenge for you guys, something you guys can be involved in, and I think it'd be interesting to see. So we're gonna have a I'm trying to think of how to word it. The most beat on / abused truck like challenge. So pretty much what you're gonna do is just put a snippet of like all the abuse your truck has been through. Any videos you have of your truck being abused, you're gonna put a big collage of it together, and you're gonna send it in or post it and tag me in it, or send it to me or something, and maybe I'll repost it. And then yeah, so I'm gonna make mine and post it up. I think I'm gonna try to make it right now and post it up right after this video gets posted up. And that way you guys can see my version and then post up yours. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, like and subscribe. Don't forget to sub, because if you don't sub, you don't know when we post, even though I post everywhere when I post. But just sub. Make it easier on all of us. Anyhow, guys, appreciate you watching. See you next time. Deuces.